You're listening to the Mopcast Network.
Welcome to the Cult Movie Cantina. Yay!
Yay!
No one ever does that. This is the podcast that takes a look at our favorite cult films, introduce them to someone who hasn't seen them,
That's me.
pairs them up with a great alcohol beverage,
Me?
and we talk about it. This week is a cult meeting, and here we recap the last episode, and we talk about other stuff.
Who are you?
I'm your Native American pop culture spirit guide, Scotty, and who are you?
I am the facilitator of fun and also the lady of libations. And who are you?
Justina.
She who knows no movies.
Yeah.
And what about you?
Wait. Well, before we get to the new guy. Whoa. So while we were setting up, she was talking about how she was in the shower and she gets the best ideas in the shower.
What was your
Yeah.
idea, shower?
And she was going to
I'm
like...
not gonna do
and,
that right now.
and then
Okay.
she's like, oh, I have a new name. And I was like, oh, the hell you do. But you were still she who knows. And she's like, I'm not going to say it. And I'm like, okay, I have a new name. And I said, okay, fine. You can call yourself whatever you want. However, you're still... And so here I am.
She who knows no movies.
Right.
No, I told you I'm not going to do it until I host for Whip It.
So...
Because you started, you say, I am your...
okay.
yeah, and so
my
I was like,
bad.
I have to
My
introduce
bad.
myself,
My
and I'm
bad.
not going to get on there and be like, hey, she who knows no movies.
No, that's for us to say.
I
that.
know.
You give your
I
name
know.
and we say she who knows no movies.
All right,
Yeah,
okay.
so-
Sorry, I thought you were going to
You
do
were
it
waiting for
before.
more.
I was so excited. I was.
Maybe I just thought of Justina. Like, we're just going to stick with Justina. We'll see how that
Okay.
goes.
New
So
guy.
because you are she who knows no movies. That means you have a title. That means we have a new cultist with us.
Neophyte.
The nude guy? Is that what I heard?
The nude, yes, the
Nude.
nude guy.
Right. I wore the entirely wrong clothes.
Well, I
Meaning
mean,
some.
you were a sacrifice last week. We let you go. Now you're still naked. So it's all right.
You're a neophyte.
You're a neophyte.
In fairness, I didn't have to be naked when I was a neophyte, so they just really like for you to be naked,
Well,
apparently.
to be
I'll
honest,
take it as a
we're all
compliment.
naked beneath our clothes anyway.
You're not wrong.
I mostly like to be naked.
Welcome, Jared.
Oh, yeah. My name's Jared.
Hello, Jared.
You have podcast experience. You've done a bunch of shows.
I am of the show that is not retired but hasn't put out a show in 2 years.
On hiatus and for a good
It's on,
reason.
not permanent, on semi-permanent hiatus
It's just-
because cancer sucks.
Cancer sucks. It does.
Right?
Indeed.
So, leukemia specifically, or
Yeah.
it's MLA.
It's all kinds of craziness.
No, it's AML, acute myeloid leukemia.
Look at you.
I
Yes.
know. I'm really
You're
impressed by
practically a
that.
doctor.
I don't know if I want that student loan. I would like the pay without the student loans.
Right. Someone to pay him to be a doctor.
There you go.
Yeah, I'll
Can I
take
get
it.
a doctor's pay, please? Did you
Just
guys
to
hear
know,
me throw down that
that
title?
Jared doesn't have cancer.
No,
Yeah,
Jared
it's not
doesn't have
me.
cancer.
Yeah, oh, yeah, no, good call. It's not me.
Jared, we're gonna get cards and letters.
Well, I
Wait,
mean,
wait.
Mine equate not
We're-
to doctor's pay. So, no. So one of our co-hosts, his wife has leukemia, so it makes scheduling a podcast lower priorities.
Yes.
Which is understandable. Well, we're so glad to have you with us,
I'm happy to be here.
and so I think you're gonna add
Clothes and all.
right. I think you're gonna add a lot to the show. So I'm glad you're here.
If he shows up naked next time, guys, that's on you.
I
on
just
all you.
watched.
All right, hold on, guys.
I just watched a whole bunch of bloopers from Parks and Rec.
Right.
And there's a scene where Andy Dwyer, Chris Pratt's character, shows up to his ex-girlfriend's house with nothing but flowers. And evidently, based on the blooper reel, evidently he did it for real, and they
Yeah.
had no idea he was doing that for real.
Oh, that's
I
awesome.
watched that blooper. That was
So,
amazing.
yeah, they opened the door and they're whoa, and he's
Chris
like,
Pratt.
oh, sorry.
But that's before he got in shape, right?
Oh yeah, no, he
He wa-
was chunk.
Yeah. he
But
was
it's
chunky.
amazing how much confidence he had.
Yeah.
Oh, I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
It is awesome.
Guys tend to have a little bit more confidence than women, though, I think.
I think so too.
Not all the time.
Yeah, well.
It got
Anyway,
real
so
quiet.
They all look at me. I'm
It
like,
got real quiet.
Well, we were
In
waiting
fairness,
for the
I looked
next
at both of
segment.
you.
I mean, the
We were-
next, you know what's on your list.
I just
we
look
were
at the
talking about
paper.
naked bloopers, hoping you would like get us back. On
No.
track.
Like,
We're,
we'll just
like,
keep
we're
going
looking at you
and then-
like, what are we going to talk about now?
I was gonna let the naked blooper talk for a minute, but
until it gets awkward.
let's
Challenge accepted.
Moving on.
Keeper of schedule.
So I tried to do last week's homework, and I want to report to you that I kind of failed, but I found some information. But however, I'm going to ask, do you remember what last week's homework was? Because you're looking at me like there was homework.
You are looking
I wasn't
dead at
here
me,
last week, so I have
dead
no
at
idea.
me. And I'm sitting over here like, oh my goodness. Was it about the different size models growing in size?
No.
I remember I was talking about that.
That was a
Hold
trivia
on.
question.
Oh, okay, hold on. Oh.
The movie was Event Horizon.
Can we narrow it down a little bit? Like maybe give me a hint.
Activities on a spaceship.
Cigarettes.
Yes.
Okay.
Whether
Hit
or
me.
not you should light cigarettes.
What
on
was the
spaceship?
question?
Well,
They were smoking on the thing constantly,
Like-
but it feels like if it's pressurized,
Well, it's not pressure. It would be the oxygen.
Right, the oxygen. It's oxygen.
what
It's
it
oxygen
is.
rich.
Yeah.
So-
that wouldn't be a thing.
So
that should happen.
I went looking for what would be the right ratio to oxygen to smoke in, right? And I couldn't find it because that doesn't exist. And here's why.
Everybody's laughing. Like, why do you care?
So couldn't find anything about smoking in space, with the exception that, as we discussed, in a oxygen-rich environment, it's not a good idea, especially since fire in space is unpredictable and dangerous, much like fire on Earth, but more so.
Because it can go any direction.
It can go anywhere it wants. It's like a living organism. Then, NASA has forbid smoking, but astronaut Wally Schirra smoked on his way to the launch pad for the Gemini 6, and the first thing that astronaut Ron Evans did after he splashed on for the Apollo 17 was bum a cigarette from a sailor on the from the USS Ticonderoga, the ship that picked him up. So they were like, "I need a smoke." And honestly, if I'm going to be on a death rocket, I might smoke one before I leave either. However, there are rumors that they were smoking on the Russian space station Mir, which explains
That sounds about right.
which explains a lot
Russians,
of,
man.
And then according to one cosmonaut's autobiography, there was even cartons of cigarettes in a supply run.
So the thing that would actually I would question more than just the oxygen, because maybe you could find a way to make that not an issue. Like, who knows? But the oxygen recycling,
Right.
like you're going to clog up your filter quicker than you would normally. So
Right, and then
you would have to worry about whether or not you're going to be able to have enough oxygen later.
and you also got to worry about ash.
Yeah.
Ash will get everywhere and get in instrument panels and
Right.
clog things up. And
Yeah,
so,
because if
Although
you're
they're
in
not
no
terribly worried
gravity,
about
it's just
water.
going
Do you
everywhere.
remember a Canadian
You're-
astronaut like playing with water and there's droplets everywhere? I'm
Right.
like, I thought that wasn't okay. Like, I thought you would we would blow things up.
No, apparently
But no,
you don't.
Evidently, it's not that big a deal. I mean, you don't want to like squirt it on
Armageddon
the
lied to us, basically, is
Yeah.
what we're saying.
Right. Hey, do you know what we're talking about?
Yes,
No.
I do.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, I do.
Sure.
I'm just going back and forth between you guys. I'm not
The
used to having
face
this
you're
many
making
people.
says no.
I'm still stuck on the smoking in space. Like, what about electronic cigarettes? You think those would be?
Ooh,
Well, they have a
those can
tendency to
explode-
start fires
Those can
anyway.
explode in your face. So I wouldn't have
no.
those on Earth.
What about vaping?
So my question, or my answer is, if you're an astronaut, you have to be in shape, and you shouldn't be smoking anyway. Shame on that person.
you
But
sound like someone's mom when you said that. You were like, well, cigarettes are.
But we're also talking about a time back in the when they were smoking. I mean, smoking was
They probably had
was
smoking
like
in hospitals
smoking is
then,
healthy.
too, still.
You know?
How old is this
It wasn't
movie?
that far.
Well, but not Event Horizon, but I'm talking about when the astronauts were doing it back in the
We went up in the
60s.
60s. Like we started. Oh well, all right. No, that's.
Yeah.
I think that was late 70s or early 80s.
Yeah,
when
we
they finally
started
realized that.
right. They
That
were
it was
like,
oh yeah, like doctors.
I mean, they knew, but they weren't telling anybody.
Oh, you're stressed. Have a cigarette. You're fine.
Yeah.
So, and Event Horizon, they should know better. But I think the idea was that these guys are like blue collar workers.
Yeah.
And I mean, an Alien, they also smoked an Alien, and those guys are basically space truckers. And they're like, in the 70s, everyone smoked, even space truckers.
Yeah.
I just like we were questioning the practicality of it.
Yeah.
It's like, why doesn't that spaceship just blow up?
Yeah, we were sitting there watching it, and they kept lighting cigarettes. We were like, that
However,
shouldn't be happening.
If you're on a spaceship where there is a galley and you're actually cooking food, I can't see how that's really any different than
In a hot
lighting up a
place.
cigarette,
You don't have to have fire.
which can also catch fire, though.
Yeah.
So can like control panels, and
Yeah.
I mean,
It's all
technically,
good.
it's
Alien-
all good.
Alien
Unless
ray
you're talking about
guns.
like actual astronaut food, and then it's just out of a tube, and you're not really heating it up anyway. You're
Ugh.
just like it's like a
Yeah,
it's like yogurt,
but I
like
think,
like
like-
a hot dog flavored or something. I don't know.
In
A whole
Aliens,
meal,
though,
like baby food.
I mean, didn't they have
Chicken
like a
and rice with
galley
vegetables.
in Aliens?
I think they had a galley, but I don't think they cooked in the galley. I think it was all prepared.
It's like
meals.
microwave.
Microwave stuff?
It's been a while since I've seen Alien, but
I don't
it's
know.
a good
I'm
thing to
just
look at.
trying to think.
I mean,
Feel
if we-
free to
if-
comment on
if
the
you-
episode.
yeah.
We'll have a meeting to talk about the meeting. I'm just kidding, guys. We
Yeah.
won't. Don't get excited.
So I'm just
I better not.
I'm just taking
I don't
pictures.
have clothes on.
Hold on, let me take my
Can
clothes
we
off.
please like make it look like he's not wearing clothes.
Here you go. Take a picture of that because
take
that's
it.
beautiful.
This is for the Instagram. The Instagram is at Scotty O White.
You gotta take the picture in the middle of me buttoning my shirt, so
Yeah.
it looks like we put it on to take the pictures of of the food.
There we go. So, we had a show last week, and it was great. It was fun, but however, we missed our lovely Lady of Libations. While she was there in spirit to give us libations, she wasn't there physically. She was in the mysterious land of Japan.
I was.
So, how was your trip?
The trip as a whole was wonderful. The trip there was a nightmare. After flying 14, 16 hours over the water, whatever it was, I land in Tokyo. And of course, my final destination is Okinawa. Land in Tokyo at Narita Airport, which is one of 2 airports in Japan. And I have to find...
Hold on, like in total, Japan only has...
No, I meant in Tokyo.
I was about to say,
Sorry.
Japan, you get 2 airports.
No, sorry. It's 2
I was
airports.
also stuck on that. I was just trying to figure it
It's
out.
2
logistically.
major,
Never been.
and when I say major, I'm talking about 2 major airports just in Tokyo.
There's a lot of people.
So I get off the plane, go through customs, collect my baggage, go through customs again with the baggage, and everything went fine. And now I have to find my terminal, which that for me to get on a domestic flight to go from Tokyo to Okinawa because I'm switching airlines. I don't speak Japanese. I don't read Japanese. And so, of course, all the signs are in Japanese. And finally figure out that there is a bus that takes you from terminal to terminal.
I would never be able to figure this out. I'm never leaving the country.
That's exactly what I was thinking right now. Is I can't go. I can't.
I'm a problem solver.
Right.
I mean, I'm
that's-
gonna work this out, and I have plenty of time in between. So I get on the bus, and I don't know. I can't. Of course, they're speaking in Japanese on the thing, so I don't know which terminal to get off. So I literally get on the bus, stops at the terminal. I get off, go look. Wrong terminal. Get back on the bus. I do
That's
this.
what I was thinking I would do.
Literally, like 3
Everyone.
times, and I find my terminal, so it's fine. So I go check in. Blah blah blah. Get to the little waiting area at the gate, and I have time to eat. So I find noodles, and I'm eating noodles, and I'm happy, and blah blah blah. It's time to get on the plane. I get on the plane, and we just sit there. And there's some Japanese stuff over the intercom, and we just sit there.
They're saying things,
And
but
then-
it doesn't matter.
and
Just
then-
know what it is.
No. This is what I'm thinking when she says some Japanese stuff. I'm like, oh, look, ramen. Godzilla.
Something like that. And so I knew that
Anime.
something was up when the flight attendants start walking around passing out candy. And I'm like, something's not right because they're trying.
Is candy?
They're trying to make little hard candies, and they're trying to make us comfortable in the best way they can. Finally, somebody in very broken English gets over the intercom and says, there is a malfunction with engine number 1. A repair crew is coming to repair it. We are to sit on the plane. So we are supposed to be sitting on this plane while a repair crew comes and repairs engine number 1 for the plane that I'm supposed to be flying on. So I'm like, all right, that seems safe.
Nobody light a cigarette.
We sit on this plane for 2 hours. They don't let us off.
I would riot.
We sit on the plane
Riot.
for 2 hours before they tell
You
us.
can't stay that still.
No, my knees would start to hurt.
Yeah.
So my knees hurt now thinking.
Well,
about it.
I'd already been on a plane for 16 hours.
Yeah, how-
I dread that.
See,
so
how would
much.
you fly across? You couldn't do it.
No, I can't.
So
I can't.
we get off. They finally tell us in broken English that flight is canceled. So I'm like, okay, how am I supposed to get to Okinawa? So we go back to. I have to find the desk or whatever, the ticketing desk for this Japanese Airlines. And by the time I get down there, and I'm one of the first people, there's already a long line. Wait in line at least an hour to get up to the counter to be told that the only flight available is the next morning at 10:45, and it's only out of the other airport in Tokyo, which is 40 minutes away. So they hand me a piece of paper with a list of hotels near that airport and 150,000, no, 50, the equivalent of $150 in yen, whatever that is. I think 1,000, 100,000. I
Google
don't
it.
know. It was a lot. It was a
Folks
lot
at
of
home,
yen.
you can Google it.
But it's equivalent to $150. Here's some money. Here's a list of hotels. Good luck.
Sayonara.
That's it.
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah, huh? So
I would quit. I'd be like, take me home. Take me home.
So I do find a shuttle bus that goes from this airport to the next airport. So I take the shuttle bus, meet some nice Americans and a Canadian that were on the plane with me that are having the same problem. And so between
It's nice that you had someone to talk
yes,
to.
it was great because between the four of us, we figured out how to get a hotel room. So
How many Westerns does it take to pick it up?
pretty much. So we ended. So the one American was a businessman, and he had already had a hotel room booked before whatever. So the Canadian had found something on Expedia, and we were able to call and get something booked in that same hotel. So rode 40 minutes on a bus to the other airport. Had to call a cab, ride another 20 minutes to the hotel, check into all that. And by this time, it's 11 o'clock at night. I have been traveling for 27, 28 hours at this point, and I don't sleep on planes.
Yeah,
So I've been
she
awake.
sleeps weird.
I have been awake this whole time. Get a shower. I could not even figure out how to turn on the shower because it's different. And finally get a shower, have to get up the next morning at 6.
Wait, we
Give us-
kind of skimmed over. You stayed with the Canadian, right?
No, that's a dude.
Okay, you stayed with somebody. Though,
I
didn't
stayed
you?
with an American woman.
Okay, we skimmed over the fact that you had a roommate.
I had a
Stay away
roommate.
from
Yes.
me.
Because the rooms were the same amount. The rooms cost the same amount of money that they gave us, and we figured we could save half of it if we
Oh,
split
yeah.
the rooms. So
That's
we
smart.
totally did that. So we stayed. We got our showers, went to bed, got up, and we were actually able to get on the plane. So that was crazy. And let me just tell you, I don't know if this is too much TMI, but it is the most interesting thing I've found in Japan. My butt has never been so clean.
They all have bidets, don't they?
Well, yeah, they have these cool little buttons. You get 4 buttons. I have a picture, so I'll send it to you
Yeah,
and
send
we'll
it to me.
post
We'll
it.
post it.
So you sit down on these toilets, and they've got 4 buttons. They have the booty hole splasher. They have the hoo-ha splasher. They've got one that has like a little musical note that you can play for music to disguise when you're, making inappropriate noises on the toilet. Because apparently they think if you play music, they can't hear you doing other things.
I think that's the most appropriate time to make those noises.
The music is
the
going off.
record.
But in Japan, you shouldn't be making those noises, I guess.
God
okay.
love Japan.
And then they have your flush button, and it's beautiful.
I'm
So
sorry, what was the last one?
Flush.
Flush.
Not flush. You
I
heard
heard
flush.
flush.
I heard flush too.
I heard
but-
flush too, but I was like, that's
Flush.
not
Like,
that's
my
not
head
what she
was
said.
like, I was
Flush.
thinking all of them were like pre-flush. So I was like, maybe there's an air dryer. Like, I don't know what's going next. And I thought
That's
she
in
said
case
flesh.
when you didn't need to use the bathroom, but you needed some time.
And
you know what I'm saying?
I
You know what I'm
got
saying?
really confused.
let me tell you, I can guarantee you that every Japanese person you run into have the cleanest butts you have ever seen in my life.
Okay, they don't have. They sell like an $80 adapter that you can put on any
Right.
American toilet.
Right, I'm gonna get
American
one.
toilet.
I'm totally gonna
I've
get one.
almost
Get
pulled
away
the trigger
from
like
me.
4. I'm almost flushed.
Oh,
I
yeah.
have a friend on the
I've almost
Derby
bought
team
one.
that has them on both of her
It's,
toilets.
it's amazing. I'm totally gonna.
and you
get
can
one.
change
We've
the
got little
like
boys.
the intensity of the stream.
Oh yeah, you can do that
Yeah.
on these toilets
We've got
too.
little boys still like okay. So somebody made the point that when you have kids, like you got babies, you don't use paper to wipe up their crap.
No.
You use wipes.
You have
because
to.
You need a little bit of moisture to help clean it off correctly.
Yes.
Right? Why do we stop doing that as adults?
I don't.
Like, I know they make adult wipes, but then it's like the bidet thing. Like,
What do you have need adult wipes? I use Huggies.
what? But, I mean, no,
I use Huggies.
I mean, I
Either way.
do.
But,
Baby
they
wipes are
make-
great.
They make adult ones.
'Cause she wants
the
her
bidet sounds like a
bottom
much
great.
better plan.
Yeah.
Like, sorry.
I
So
straight
not
up use
too
a
much
Huggy.
We've literally
what
become a
just
different cult.
happened is we just got Jared, and now Jared's gonna go get a bidet. You're welcome.
No, I was so
Welcome to the cult.
But anyway,
so close already.
That
Pushed
was-
me over the edge.
all that
for the
was
musical
just
button.
getting to
and that
Okinawa.
flash button.
Yeah, I'm gonna look for the flesh
Yeah.
button.
Sorry.
I love this podcast.
Yeah, all of that was just getting to Okinawa, so that was crazy. So once I get there, let me tell you about the sushi real quick, and then we can go about something else. The trip itself is great. I saw a lot of cool stuff. We went to Sherry Castle, went to waterfalls.
Did you fight Chosen for your honor?
No, because nobody would fight me. And
Wait a minute. I know she's kidding, but in my brain, she's like, "Come on, fight me." No American woman.
She looked really
you think
defeated
I'm
when she
joking.
said it. I
There was
believe
this
her.
one Japanese chick, and she was wearing hoochie clothes because some of them do that. Most of them are very conservative and very respectful and very polite. But every once in a while, you'll see some dressing like a little hoochie trying to get an American soldier boy or whatever. And this one hoochie chick at Sherry Castle kept mean mugging me the whole time. And
Was it just you and your son?
It was me and my son and my daughter-in-law.
Oh, okay.
But it was so obvious that my son started laughing because she was like mean mugging me hard.
What did you do?
Do a crane kick on her face.
I guess
Did
I
you
don't-
look better than her? I believe it.
I
Of course she
mean,
did, Stephanie.
I don't know.
I don't know.
exactly
She
what
does
I
look at that.
did.
She knows.
But
She's like,
my
I definitely looked
She
better.
I
looked
wanted.
much better.
I really
She was-
wanted it because I thought it would be epic to like have some sort of epic
Come back
fight
and
right
be
here in
like,
Sherry
I
Castle.
fought a hoochie mama.
But my
Sherry
son
Castle.
told me I couldn't because he would get in trouble.
I'm gonna need his information because we have to reprimand him.
Well, I mean, you know. But anyway, so there is that. But the first thing I did is my son picks me up and we go, he says, "I'm taking you to sushi." And you guys know I love sushi. And it was the best sushi I've ever had. And they don't have sushi rolls. It's all nigiri. And it comes to you on this
I
little
need some of those
rotary
in my
belt,
life. Oh my gosh.
like thing. You literally, they have a touch screen pad and you touch whatever you want. And it comes on like a little sushi train. And you get it off the
Come
sushi
on,
train.
ride the train.
I know.
Come
and then
ride-
at the end,
It's been a very musical
they come-
episode for
so
me.
all the plates, I guess, have sensors in them, and you stack your plates up, and they come with this little sensor gun and just kind of sensor the plates, and that's what you pay. And it was cheaper than any sushi I've ever had here, and it was amazing. So I miss the sushi.
So here's the question: do you travel 16 hours on an airplane knowing how much you're gonna go crazy to get sushi, or do I just deal with the sushi we have here? I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know the answer
I
to that right
recommend
now.
that if you travel 16 hours anywhere, you have a travel buddy.
Or tranquilizer.
I probably need a train. I can't sit still that
Yeah,
long. I
well-
will be
Can't.
pacing the airplane.
You-
I will be pacing the airplane.
Yeah.
It's like,
I
I
mean,
got a jog.
Going to Washington is rough because there's one flight that's 4 hours, and it is legit the hardest thing I've ever had to do.
Traveling by yourself that long is hard for me because I can't sleep on planes and I'm social. I want to talk to people and everybody's sleeping but me on the plane. So that was the thing.
So, just you can't sit still for a 4-hour plane ride. How do you go anywhere?
I mean, I do it. It just, my body starts to like cramp up. It hurts. I have to move it.
Okay.
She also doesn't like getting wet, like
Okay.
rain and
Are we
stuff.
just going to talk about all of my things right now?
I know.
No, I just think it's great. I think it's.
I don't
you're the
like
first.
if my clothes get wet, I have to change.
Yeah, she's.
Oh, so
Like-
it's a clothes thing, not just
No,
in
that's
general.
not me.
no, she,
The
It'd
whole
be
sitting
like-
thing is like I can't.
It would be like on the A team when they would have to like tranquilize BA. That's what we'd have to do with her.
No, I just heard Scotty say he didn't like getting wet, and I was like,
because she's a mogwai.
No, yeah, oh yeah, that's a clothes
Shower.
thing.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
she's,
Yeah.
she's a mogwai.
Like if I walked
She
outside and it was
reproduces.
pouring rain, I could deal with it if I knew I could immediately change. But if it was pouring rain and I knew I wasn't changed, like I have to drive all the way home still, I would stay inside until it stopped.
what do you? Okay. All right.
All right.
I mean,
we
Or I
still
would
love you.
strip
I-
naked in the car. I don't know. I can't.
It's okay. We love you.
I can't do
it's
it.
fine. It's fine.
That would be hard, though, to
Stephanie
take that
brought us
flight.
treats from Japan.
I did. So anybody who knows anything about Japan knows that they have really bizarre Kit Kats in Japan.
She brought a variety.
I did. I brought 4. And we're going to try them. And we're going to start with
Well, can we start with this
yes,
one?
we're going to start with the
Because it
blue
looks
one.
like it's cookies and cream
Only
on the back.
because Google Translate says it's called frozen and delicious. Up there.
I like Jared's
That's
like
also, he
Jared's.
was totally Google translating the
So,
the
so she
kanji.
was talking about how she didn't know how to navigate, and I was like, you just open up the.
The little wrapper
app and
has
it
a little
translates for
penguin
you.
on it, though. It's adorable.
All right, so
No,
I did think about that.
No, so the cool part is it does it live.
I totally didn't do that.
Like while you're like you can just like point out.
See,
this is a little
Jared
hard,
should
this
have
is
joined the
shiny
podcast
red.
why
earlier.
were you not my travel companion?
Please
I like
invite me
that.
next time. I would love to go to Japan and
She
have
went
sushi.
to another country, didn't look that up beforehand, and came back was like, "That's a thing."
So the
Hey,
problem
I
with
figured it out by
you
myself.
did. You did. You
the
are a
problem with
badass
these
woman.
wrappers is they're too shiny. So they're a little. You have to get it at the right angle.
Okay,
That's
so
why I
we're
was
eating
quiet at the
creamy and
first.
delicious. Is that what you said that
No,
was?
Frozen
Oh.
and delicious.
All right, first of all, you're not frozen.
It looks like
Well, no, but
cookies
they're-
and cream,
it's
though.
cookies and cream ice cream flavored.
Oh,
Okay, let's
oh,
so
try
it's frozen and delicious.
Everybody try your cookies and
I-
cream.
It's a Google
Feel free to
pancake.
crunch in the microphone so our listeners.
I won't do that.
Oh, that's really good.
That's good.
What's it called?
You and I had these
ASMR?
before, though.
What's it called when people like whisper into microphones and it gets on people's
ASMR?
nerves? ASMR.
Yeah.
Oh, I like
And
that.
it's like, this is the
Okay.
Kit Kat.
We're going. The next one actually has English writing on it, and it says peach mint. So we're trying the peach mint.
Who thought peaches and mint would go together?
I like that the wrapper has a picture of a mint and a picture of a peach on it.
I did like the cookies. It does taste like cookies and cream.
Ooh,
That's
it
good.
smells really minty.
We should have brought palate cleansers. You didn't bring any ginger?
I'm sorry.
Vodka.
You know,
They
I,
didn't have
Vodka?
I
ginger
forgot-
flavored Kit Kats.
I forgot your gifts. Do you think I'm going to remember ginger? Come on now.
Marianne
There's
or
no
the
excuse
skipper
for the
too.
vodka, though.
All right.
Okay, unless this is wrong, this one says sweetness of adults.
Okay, this is the,
The peach mint?
Yeah.
Sweetness
of
of adults.
Yeah.
Jared, I'm glad you're here on this podcast now. I'm glad you're a member.
Is it
All right,
made
we
of
ready?
adults? Like, what's happening?
All right. I'm ready for sweetness of adults.
It tastes like soap.
It tastes like something you would spray on you at Bath and Body Works.
Oh my God, it does.
Tastes like a body spray.
It does. It
It's
tastes
Bath
like.
and Body Works on a candy.
Okay, that's
That is
interesting.
so weird with a little mint on the back end. I mean, it's weird.
The back end's a lot better than the.
All right, guys. So if you like eating
Not sure how
body
I finished
spray,
that sentence.
that would be Okay, then go to the next one that has a little baby seal on it.
Well, let me see if I
Jared?
can find out what this one is. Hold on.
It's baby seal flavored.
It's shiny, so I'm trying to do this. Hold on. No, that one says it's delicious and frozen too.
This must be
Oh.
another ice cream flavor.
Oh, hold on. Did I open the wrong one earlier?
Oh, he's messing us up.
Hold on.
Well, here
One has a penguin and one had a polar bear.
they're probably both frozen and delicious because this
What
one
is
also
the-
has a
what is the
picture of
back?
ice cream on it.
Oh, so you know what?
Oh, it looks
I'm
like-
reading the side description, not the flavor.
I thought the adult sweetness is
I
funny.
thought you
though.
knew what you were doing.
No,
They're all frozen
I would
and
not have
delicious.
ended up in Okinawa. I might have ended up in jail.
Like constantly telling you to turn right.
Where do I get that adult sweetness from? Is what Jared's going to be asking.
His wife better not be listening to this podcast.
She's not listening right now because we're not live. We're good.
There you go.
Check in on me next week.
This smells like strawberry shortcake,
Yeah.
but it has ice cream on it, so it might be strawberry ice cream. So let's try this.
Oh wait, I need an adult.
I need an adult.
Scotty can't open his package. Hold on.
Don't. Your mother would be disappointed you using your teeth like that.
Are we doing it?
No, not yet. It's starting to melt in my hand, Scotty. Take your time.
Would,
It's
would you like me to
melting.
open that for you?
No, I can do it.
You got plastic in your mouth.
I don't
so
care.
eat it.
Not anymore.
What does that plastic taste like?
Creamy and
does it
delicious.
taste like- Does it taste like
Frozen
the
and
sweetness of adults?
All right. So we're eating the strawberry ice cream pitcher.
All right.
Okay.
Not the picture, the candy.
Well, Scotty ate the picture.
That it looks like strawberries on the pitcher, but
Oh, I'm
that's
not
a
sure
weird
what that is.
taste.
I don't really taste anything. I mean, it tastes like cream and stuff, but
It tastes a little bit like those strawberry wafer cookies, those
A
thin
little
ones.
bit.
With something else in there.
You haven't opened yours either?
No, I
We
didn't.
got it?
I took a
Baby
bite.
seal.
Okay.
It's interesting. I'm trying to get the wrapper flat so I can.
So
scan
he
it.
can see what it actually
Okay.
says.
So this last one
It's controversial.
could either be
choose your
cherry
mystery.
blossoms or horse meat.
That's true. Could
Because the word sakura, Sakura, means both of those things. So it's sakura and roasted soybean flavor.
be Japan. You're weird.
Why is all this white chocolate? None of these were dark chocolate, and that's upsetting to me.
Oh, strawberry cheesecake.
Oh, look
is
at
what
you go.
the last one is supposedly.
I said it looked
supposed
like
to be.
cheesecake.
Oh, look at
Okay,
that.
that was
Look at
strawberry cheesecake.
Supposedly. That was right before it translated. It said something else completely different, so I'm gonna ignore that one.
Well, get your Shakira one.
Shakira,
Sakura.
Oh,
Shakira,
okay.
Shakira.
right?
Sakura and soybean.
It's hips
Okay.
don't lie.
It's Shakira, and then next we're eating Kesha. And then
This one is, it says Sakura and soybean flavor.
They're going down.
So I want to know,
They're yelling timber.
that
I
smells
don't like
funny.
the smell.
I can't decide if I like the smell or not.
I do not.
I can't decide what it smells like.
It's a no from me.
I purposely got a weird one because we need something weird in our life.
The other things haven't been weird.
Oh,
Hold
wow.
I mean, I guess
I'm
this is
waiting
the
for
horse
him
meat.
to see what it really is.
Well, that's not helpful.
This could be horse meat.
Isn't it better to learn after we eat it what it smells like?
It literally does not translate. It says Sakura Kanata. Oh,
Let's-
no, that says cherry blossoms again. I'm not.
It might be cherry blossoms. All right,
let's do
try
this
it.
horse meat.
It says cherry blossoms.
And soybean. Where I'm smelling the soy.
I don't. It tastes like wood.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah, that's a hard no for me too.
See, this one's my favorite. out of
I
all
think
of
that
them.
one's my favorite
It
too.
tastes
Do you like it?
better than
You
it
can have my
my
extra
favorite.
one.
Yeah, it reminds me of those. What are those little wafers that have the vanilla in them?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what these are.
that
straight
last
up.
one
Oh.
reminded me of that with the pink ones, the strawberry
It
ones.
This
tastes
is like
better
that-
than it smells,
That's true.
but that's a hard no.
No, I
That's
actually
totally
like
my
this one's
favorite
my
one.
favorite. This one's my favorite. I'll eat this
The
other one too.
Shakira and soybeans is my favorite.
Its hips don't
Turns
lie.
out I like
it's
horse
not
meat.
good.
Who knew?
Mm.
Who knew?
Nay. Nay.
Now I can't finish chewing.
There you go. There's your treats from
Woohoo.
Japan.
Woohoo. We had a Kit Kat adventure. You can see some pictures from the Kit Kat adventures on the Instagram.
Wait, did you take pictures of all of us?
I did not.
He's
Oh,
been
good.
taking pictures
Oh
of all
my-
the rappers.
Okay, so I went back and scanned the first one, and it said, "Oh, it just disappeared." It said Cookie McCree.
Cookie Mc-
Cookie McCree.
That's probably cookies and cream.
That sounds like a cartoon character.
It sounds like Mr. McGee.
Yeah, Cookie McCree here.
I'm here to
I think it's
sell
the-
you some
I think it's the
soybean.
stylized
And
text causing the problem.
Well, that was fun.
so Avengers Endgame beat Avatar to become the biggest movie in the world. That happened this week.
Okay, wait, I didn't hear
That's
that first
cool.
part. I was still lost in
Cookie
Candyland.
Candyland. Avengers Endgame beat Avatar to be the #1 movie in the world.
Well done.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
If any of them take pity on me and want to pay for my student loan debt, I would be eternally grateful.
Me too.
I won a prize while I was gone too.
What'd you win?
What'd you win? Why was that not brought up?
You bury the lead.
I'm sorry. I didn't know. I woke up one morning to a lot of text messages.
I woke up one morning.
I won Joe Jefferson Player's Outstanding
yes.
Performance by an Actress Award.
You did. Congratulations.
I was kind of excited.
We actually talked about it last week.
We did.
We did.
Did
we
you talk about that?
Yeah.
I love you guys.
We did. Congratulations.
Oh, I didn't tell you about the Chew Highs either, but that's okay. I'm sorry.
The what?
Chew Highs are the Japanese alcohol that I found over there
Oh, nice.
that are awesome.
What is it equivalent to? Like if you had to compare
It's
it to
the
something.
equivalent to what are those things in a can that has energy and alcohol in it?
Four
Four Locos.
Four
Yes,
Loko, yeah.
it's Japanese Four Locos.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I didn't know. Okay, I didn't know there was something that had energy and alcohol in a can all at once.
Do they
I was
have-
like, I just mixed vodka with my Red Bull. I don't.
Yeah.
Do they
Yeah,
have
you can get that in a can.
It's
with their
dangerous is what
Japanese
it's called.
juggalos?
Yeah. Yeah.
That'd be fun. Japanese juggalos. It's fun to say. Japanese juggalo. My next band name, Japanese Juggalo.
I just want the wrapper.
Let's see. Moving on. Justina
Yeah. Yeah.
and I saw The Lion King.
Yes, we did.
Hum.
No, it's
Hamadama.
Sawania, I think.
Castlevania.
Well, we were saying something about pajamas, weren't we?
It was that parody they did. It says ramen in pajamas. It's something like that.
Right. I first of all, I'm glad you were with me because I was inebriated.
It was Scotch Scotty. Scotch Scotty is one of my favorite people. I love Riddler
I love
Scotty,
Scotch
but
Scotty as well. I hate
got
that I
there,
missed that.
I walked up and he was like, "Woo!" And then just every time the music started, he was dancing.
Because
In his
it's
seat.
The Lion King. How could you not dance
That
to
was
it?
great. I should have taken video.
So I'm glad you didn't.
I'm disappointed in myself. I should have done better.
No, I'm very proud of that you didn't. I'm
was
surprised we
fun.
didn't get kicked out because I knew I was loud. I know the couple in front of us.
You were not as loud as you thought you were.
I always thought I was just loud. And
No,
also,
you got really quiet, but would get really close and be like, "Hey." So I mean, you were loud, but you weren't quiet. You weren't nearly as quiet as you were trying
Also,
to
we
be.
saw this art house theater that in downtown Mobile called the Crescent, and so I mistakenly thought that'd be great because they sell booze and stuff there. It's great, right?
Yeah, it was wonderful.
Someone brought an infant.
Okay, I get that it was a Disney movie. This is the first time I had experienced the Crescent. So when we were talking about it before the movie started, Scotch Scotty was on the chat going, "There are kids here," and Stephanie, who could not make it, was like, "It's a Disney movie, Scotty."
Yeah, it's like
He's like,
that.
"It's the Crescent," and I showed up, and I will say, it would be a weird place to take a kid,
Right.
The tickets are more,
Right.
Because it's a more specific
Right.
type of thing. I wouldn't pay extra to take my kid there.
And look, you know me. I don't know a lot about children, but
I don't know a lot about children.
right, the small humans, whatever. But literally, they brought an infant. There was an infant.
Yeah, there was an infant.
An infant.
There wasn't just an infant though. There was an age range of kids.
Right.
There was a collection of
So,
them in different age groups.
Right, and I don't mind the kids being, watching them. That's fine. The infant.
The infant
Did the
in
infant
every
sleep or
movie
make
theater.
noise?
Oh, the infant made noise.
Oh, that's not cool.
They took the infant out.
Right,
Though.
they
They didn't
did-
sit there, but
right,
still,
but
the infant made noise. and
My
they-
point is this. I understand that it's hard to get a babysitter. I'm trying to be I'm trying to be that guy. I'm not trying to be that guy who's like, oh, bring the baby. The poor infant is not going to remember the Lion King. This is not an experience that we
and
could
why
share
the
with the
Crescent?
family.
Why not go like during the day? Because this is an evening
or,
show
or
too.
just digitally rent the original and just sit at home.
I'm just saying, if you really want to see it, and you have to take your kids, because coming from a place with kids, sometimes that just happens.
Right.
We have 3 kids, and
Yeah.
we went to the local library and checked out all 3 of them.
All 3 of the Lion Kings.
Yeah.
There are
see,
3 Lion Kings.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there are.
There's Lion King 1, Lion King 1.5.
Yeah,
and
1.5.
Lion King 2.
1.5 is Timon and Pumbaa.
Right.
Yeah.
I knew that one. I didn't know there was 2.
Yeah.
I can tell you why said parents took infant.
To
I
the
guess-
Crescent, though.
Well, yes,
Okay.
because said parents are probably the same age as my son Parrish, who's almost 30. I'm guessing, and I know my. son,
You're guessing your son's age?
No,
or you're
I'm guessing. I'm guessing
He's
their
almost
age.
30.
I'm guessing
I'm
their
guessing.
age.
I don't
It
remember
was
my
a rough
child's
time
age.
on my
No, no. I'm
See,
guessing
I would be
their
that
age
parent.
because of the age of the infant. And The Lion King was Parrish's favorite movie when it came out. And I can see them being nostalgic, saying, "Ooh, we got to go see the new Lion King. We'll just take our baby with us." They were totally in it for themselves,
Oh,
not the
right.
baby.
Or we're trying to have this family experience where the baby's not going to remember.
Yeah. Scotty keeps getting hung up on that. Like, he thinks they took the baby so the baby can see it.
Yeah,
Right.
they
Like,
totally
why are you
took the
giving
baby
this
because they
baby for
couldn't
the
get a sitter.
Right, right. I'm
They
like,
took the baby because they couldn't get a sitter for
see,
the baby.
I can forgive that, but
You know what?
I'm
That
there.
might explain why they're at the Crescent.
See,
They didn't expect to have the baby, and last minute the babysitter canceled. Done.
Oh, okay.
I feel pity
I'm
for
wrong.
them.
All right. Poor
So-
baby's not going to remember. So, what'd you think about it?
About the baby?
The baby,
I
the
thought
Lion
the
King.
baby reacted really well to all of it. Like, it cried when it was emotional, because I remember going, the baby knows what's up.
Mufasa died.
Yeah,
and
the
the
baby-
baby cried along
Baby
with
lost
it.
its
Yeah.
mind.
Every-
Somebody at home's like, Mufasa died?
That
Ugh.
happened, right? Yeah.
Spoilers.
Every time something happened, the baby would cry at the opportune times. It
Right.
was like, baby knows what's up. And Scotty's over there like, baby. I'm like, it's doing so well, though. It doesn't matter. It's a baby.
Baby.
Anyway, I really enjoyed it. I was talking to Josh right before we went, and he had warned that it had gotten mixed reviews because of the lack of emotions.
Right.
I didn't find that to be a problem. I thought that I don't know. I just didn't find that to be a problem. It still affected me in my soul.
Right.
As if they had like cartoon faces. So I liked it. I thought it was great.
I thought it was.
I mean, we had a riot.
We did.
You had a riot?
We had to
Just
riot.
via images and
Okay.
Because
gifts.
Right. We had a gift riot.
A positive riot.
Yeah.
Yeah, like-
yeah, mine was
And
a
we'll explain. I'll
refreshment.
explain that.
Okay.
too in a
Like
second,
there wasn't a riot at the theater.
No,
You
because we'd
had
like
a-
to go back one day.
Yeah, you had a fun time.
So it's a beautiful spectacle to go look at. I agree that I didn't connect with the animals when they sang. It was just weird. I connected more A because of alcohol, B because it's the song. So it's the Disney. So it's
Yeah.
in the end, and the way I've been describing it to people, it's like watching BBC's Earth documentary and listening to the Lion King soundtrack. It's gorgeous, and then there's music, and it's like
They went too realistic for you?
yeah, they went to like, I just
What,
can't
you don't
wait.
think lions can't talk?
Oh.
I wasn't
they
that.
meow to each
I
other?
wasn't that drunk, but like there's. I Want to Be a King is an experience to watch in the original Lion King. It is.
I will say there wasn't a. It was a spectacle in the original.
Right. It's this experience of this, singing and dancing and whatever.
It reminded me a lot of like Fantasia.
Right.
And that kind of
And I think they were playing,
psychedelic
right. They were
sort
playing
of
kind of that homage to it.
yes. But in the new movie,
It basically looks like Nala and Simba are walking through a animal park.
well,
and
they're trying to
right.
ditch Zazu, and they're just going under legs, though,
Right,
and
it's-
it's not the same. They're not like building.
Right. It's not nearly so.
Animal
I didn't think that
pyramids.
worked. Also, the dramatic zoom on Simba that they copied from the original movie didn't work either because it just looked really, really fake.
Which one?
When he's in the gorge when Mufasa dies and he screams. It's in the original. It's basically
Is it the like the parallax trick? that
right.
they did in the real-
Yeah, it's the vertigo zoom.
Yeah.
It didn't work in the CGI. It just didn't work.
Yeah.
And so it threw me out of it. But that being said, it's the Lion King. Oh, I had my other criticism is at the end. I just got confused on which lion was which. It's like Scar and Simba were fighting. I'm like, I don't know which one's.
They
Some
didn't
just,
keep the red and black mane.
yeah,
separate.
well, yeah, they did, but it's like
It wasn't as drastic,
right, and
Because
plus
it wasn't as cartoony,
right,
you know?
and so it's all the
Was he not
spinning.
skinny?
They
Like
didn't
he
give
was
him-
in the
see
movie?
red
Was-
either. You're like they weren't red and black. Oh,
You
okay.
can't see red.
No,
so
red
it's
and-
all
That's
black
right.
and
I
gray.
forgot. He can't.
He's
see-
colorblind.
What? Wow.
He can't see
Oh my
red. Yeah,
goodness,
that makes
Jared,
sense
you
if he was
are
red and he
learning
can't
new
see red.
things.
Right.
I always
Like-
joked when we first met that
didn't
I
know
would
that.
wear a bright hot pink suit to something he filmed and not tell him it was pink and
And-
see if it was ever noticed or if I would just stand out super hard
It
in all
depends
of
on
his
who.
short films.
It
You
depends
would be
on
gray.
Who edits.
Well, I would be great to him, but then he
Right.
would release this like really serious
depends on who the
melodrama, and I
editor
would be
is.
like,
Typically,
this
that would be
hot
me too.
pink.
Okay,
That
I
would
was
be
gonna say, it depends on who
hilarious.
edits,
Oh, anyway, sidetrack.
but,
yeah, he can't.
yeah.
So to him, he's like, no,
So
it's
the
black
end.
and gray.
In the end, I was like,
scar on the
That-
face or something.
well,
It
there
was, but
but
it wasn't.
was-
It
I'm messing
wasn't
with
like.
you. I'm messing with
I mean,
you. It's fine. I get it.
Yeah, it was a little different.
It was, but it was,
Yeah.
it was fine. That being said, it's still the Lion King. It's the Lion King. So
Yeah.
it's the songs are great and the people singing them were fine. I think Timon and Pumbaa stole the show.
They did. They were my favorite.
They were really funny.
They're
I
always
think-
my favorite,
And the
though.
ad libs they threw in are great. I enjoyed the original with the hula dance for the distraction. I like what they threw in for this one. No spoiler, but it's funny. And it was totally ad libbed and they added it. It was great. I thought the hyenas were great. I like the hyena scenes. They bumped those up really
Mm-hmm.
well and turned Shinzi into like a really dominating character. She almost made her a villain, which was fun
Yeah.
instead of just being Whoopi
Weak
Goldberg.
and- yeah.
Whoopi Goldberg. So, so I mean, I'd tell her it's a good solid B. I didn't hate it. It was fine. I don't think I'd have to see it again. If I go see it, I'll see the original. I will riot because Beyonce didn't sing Shadowlands, but by God, they played the whole damn thing through the whole movie. I kept going, oh, it's about to happen. Nope. Oh, it's like the theme of the movies. That whole song is like the theme of the movie.
I've never heard that song.
Yeah, it was on the podcast a couple of weeks ago. I played it during
I
co-
know.
and she's like, skip.
Yeah, I don't listen to Beyonce. I don't like Beyonce.
So it wasn't Beyonce singing it.
I thought it was Beyonce.
No, she's supposed to sing it.
This whole time you were talking about Beyonce singing
No,
No,
the
he
song.
wanted her to
Beyonce
sing
the
it,
song.
or he would riot.
And I did. I
Oh,
rioted.
my
That's why he
Lord.
rioted.
There
And
you
he,
go.
he
So,
sent
look,
the-
See, I
the-
skipped it because I don't like Beyonce.
Man, no one
I-
listens to me.
I'm sorry.
listens to me.
I
I
heard
did.
Beyonce
I
and
helped you
Shadowlands
write.
I got you,
in the
boo.
same
I brought
some
sentence the whole
refreshments.
time.
I got you, boo. I got
They were
you.
so happy to
Sorry.
riot next to you, and then you rioted
I
twice
would riot
more.
with you just because I love you.
That's true. I'm glad you love me.
Everybody find
And
a
I like a
table,
good riot.
whatever table you're nearest, flip it.
Right. Just
Done.
flip it. Just flip
Everybody
it.
flip a
Flip a
table.
table. Just say you're mad as hell and you don't want to take it anymore.
Unless you're with my son who
Just say
says I
Beyonce and
can't
walk
do stuff
away.
like that.
I'll flip
Or
it,
he'll
and
get-
we'll record
or
it,
he'll
and
get
then
in
we'll show
trouble.
him.
Well,
that
that's
he's wrong.
Jack. My older son would help me.
Yeah, Parrish would totally help you. So that was the Lion King. San Diego Comic-Con was this weekend, and we got a slew of trailers.
Woohoo! I love the trailers.
I want to talk about a couple of them. Starting with It, Chapter 2. Comes out September 6th.
Oh my god, it looks so amazing.
yeah, your Pennywise is really good.
I like that they had a clip of him not completely decked out in makeup.
Right.
Oh, that's
Like he's
awesome.
deteriorating.
I just want to say that I love the Skarsgårds because they are excellent actors.
Like all of them, the whole family's good.
Yeah, they're just brilliant actors, and they don't even have to like. They're just brilliant actors. So.
So this has Bill Skarsgård, Jessica Chastain as of course as Pennywise, Jessica Chastain as Beverly Marsh, which the kids all wanted her to do, and she was like, cool. James McAvoy is Bill Hader's Richie, beep beep. Jay Ryan's Ben, James Ranson is Eddie, Isaiah Mufasa is Mike, and then Mufasa because Lion King. Isaiah Mustafa is Mike, and then Andy Bean is Stan. Mufasa. But the trailer's creepy. It's really creepy. It's not as creepy as the first one. The teasers they gave us the Beverly Marsh scene, that whole thing is creepy. But I like what they're doing. I'm really excited. I really like the first one. I'm looking forward to this one.
This particular series, I'm saying a series, the two movies follow so closely to the book.
Right.
And it's very exciting because I'm a reader, I'm a big reader. And, of course, I read this book when I was in high school, I think. It was a long time ago.
I think I read it when I was in high school too. It's been a long time.
I read it
And,
when I was in high
and of
school.
course, the movie we got, or the mini series we got
Bought it from your father.
back in the day was really lame. At least to me.
Right.
I thought it was lame. This is so good.
See, I like the 80s movie, though.
I wasn't scared by it.
Well-
I want to be scared.
Well, the older I get, I wasn't scared about this
Scared
one.
me, or I'm not impressed.
Yes, exactly. That's pretty much how I feel about it.
So, I mean, were you scared by the first one?
Yeah, that was very suspenseful, which I enjoyed.
Well, it's suspenseful, but it's not scary.
Um,
I think the scariest scene in the
there were
first.
some things that were
I
scary.
think the scariest thing for me in the first one is the headless boy.
Yeah.
I
In
get
chapter one,
scared
not the
easy,
original.
so no, there's a lot in there that scared me. The kid looking in the drain and then his face, like his eyes showed up first. I was like, well, that's gonna haunt me. like something fell in the drain. No, kids, no, it's gone. It was your
Showed it.
phone. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I'll get a new one. I don't even care. I'm
How
out.
would your phone fall in? Okay.
I don't know, but if it did, phones are essential. And if it fell, I'd be like, no, because there's going to be some eyes down there. And then a balloon's going to show up. I'll have to stab something. And no, we got to go.
I have to say, I'm not really a scared person, but if I lost something down a drain, I certainly wouldn't go after it either. After
See?
watching it, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna chance it.
If you see just like a red balloon somewhere just floating around
Well, see,
nothing,
I'm not
would that
scared
freak
of
you out?
clowns. No, because clowns don't
No,
scare me.
There's
That's
no
not
clown.
my fear.
You just walk into a room and there's suddenly a red balloon
And she
there
has
that
an
wasn't there
amazing
before.
Pennywise cosplay.
Yeah, I do. I have
Yes,
a
you
really
do.
good one. But a floating red balloon, probably not, because I work in a haunted museum and I see and hear stuff all the time.
There's that.
Yeah.
So it is coming September 6th. I'm looking forward to it. I think I'm pretty sure one of our September movies is going to be it, and I think I'm gonna do the original, but I want to do it in parts.
As if say it's so long.
But I just want to do the
How
first
long
part.
is the original?
It's
It's a miniseries.
It's a miniseries.
Oh,
But I want to do it. I want to do I want to do part one.
However, if we can find a version where the commercials are cut out,
Yeah, I mean,
that would be great.
that's how it is on digital. They don't like old commercials.
Oh, then it won't be that long. It'll be great.
Though I kind of would like to see old 80s commercials.
I don't want to see old 80s commercials.
Now Scotty's like, well, let me make a note here. Take out the commercials.
So what do you
Just
think about
kidding.
it? Have you seen the trailer?
I actually didn't get a chance to watch it. So
Did you see the original? Oh, wait, any of them?
The original movie? Yes,
Yeah.
I haven't seen their new trailer though.
Darn
So,
neophytes.
Yeah.
Did you see the
Right?
chapter one?
Right, guys?
The what?
The chapter one, the first movie.
No.
The newest.
Darn neophytes.
It's good.
I
I
really
saw it.
enjoyed Stephanie's
I
costume.
watched
though.
it.
I know. I
Right?
saw-
We've
Oh,
been talking
not
about
a
cosplay,
neophyte.
right?
You like my
Yeah, yeah,
cosplay,
yeah.
huh?
I did.
It was pretty awesome.
It was
you
rad.
took some pictures
took
of my
a few photos
cosplay.
of
Next
that.
time
sounds
you
cool.
dress up, can I be your red balloon?
Oh, that would be awesome.
Thank you.
Because I have Georgie. I could do Georgie. She could be the red balloon.
Yeah.
That's
okay.
right.
That's
Because
what
he
we
did.
did.
He
I
did
did
Georgie.
Georgie
I was
Pennywise.
Pennywise.
That's gonna be amazing.
So, next, moving on. I just want to talk about this. Did y'all watch Cats?
Okay, so I have not seen that ever. Okay, first of all, any cats. I haven't seen it.
You have a cat.
Oh, okay,
But would you watch it based on this?
But that trailer happened. You guys don't like it? Okay, I don't care how you feel. I loved it, and I immediately wanted to watch it.
Are you serious?
Yes. Why don't you guys? I
'Cause
thought
it's-
it was so magical, and they moved, and it was amazing, and they were dancing, and everybody was so happy. Oh, it was so great.
When I think of cats, all I think about now is
I got goosebumps like twice
Impossible
during
Kimmy
that
Schmidt.
trailer.
Right.
Oh, I love.
there's the bit where Titus Andromedon wants to go on cats.
Yeah.
Right,
Finds out
right.
that, like nobody ever actually writes cats. It's
Right.
all just made up.
Made up.
Right.
Whoa,
I
whoa,
love
whoa!
it.
I missed the first part. What's happening?
It's a
Impossible
t-
Kimmy Schmidt. It's a show on
Yeah,
Netflix.
I have seen pieces of that.
There's an episode where Titus, the black roommate,
Right.
tries to get on Cats
Okay.
on Broadway, gets on and finds out that it's like there is no actual writers. Like everyone is just trying to be on Cats.
Right.
Like,
There's it's all
You have to
ad-lib.
sneak on. See, the trick to being on Cats is you have to
You
sneak
sneak on.
and that's what he did. He just snuck on stage, and then they welcomed him to the family, and they're all weird.
because essentially it started because the original play that was supposed to happen had to cancel, and so somebody made something up, and then they were like, "Yeah,
Oh,
you should
there's
do
a
this again
whole
next
thing
week."
behind. Oh, I
Well,
don't
no,
But that's not
it's
the
not real.
truth. That's the in the.
No, that's totally the
it's in
truth.
this-
Kimmy Schmidt.
Oh,
that's
gosh.
literally-
It's an
I
actual.
was
Fantasy
so
world?
excited
See-
about this.
No, that's all fantasy world, but that's where my head goes
See,
every time I hear
what,
cats.
what
now.
you'll learn about Justina is that she lived on that fragile line between reality and
We
fantasy.
call that being gullible.
Yeah, I just have a great
She'll just go.
imagination.
She's
I
like,
have so much research to do, guys.
now
You have
you're-
no
you're-
idea.
Now I know why your eyes are so wide. You're like, I can be on Cats.
No, it was. I can direct that. That would be so much fun.
One of
No, but there
my
is no directing.
But that's the
Facebook
good
friends
part about it.
said it best when the trailer dropped. I had a Facebook friend that had posted, "There's no amount of acid to ever make me watch this."
Oh, I'm in. I'm seeing it. I'll see it with you. But
I don't care. I'm gonna
it's-
watch it.
It's weird.
I got to the end of that trailer. Was like, why did I not? I
You
need
guys
to go
will
watch
have
the
to pay me to
original.
watch it.
Oh,
I wanna
I'm-
direct
I
it.
am not going
I
to
wanna
pay
act
money
in it.
to watch that.
I'll buy your ticket.
I'm not gonna buy your ticket 'cause that's ridiculous. Watch it again. Watch it again.
It's no.
Watch it again.
I've seen it twice. I had to show it at work. I was like, y'all won't. Weird.
I've watched it like 3 times. I don't know what's
I
wrong
just
with
can't
you
do it,
people.
man.
But let me tell you the cast list on this thing.
Because it's amazing. There's so many people in it.
So-
Your girl's in it.
So
Swizzle.
Yeah, Swizzle's in it.
That's your problem.
That's true.
You're really
that's,
biased.
That's true. She
you
is
hit
biased.
one person you don't like, you're like, I'm over it.
Right.
Top Gun, Tom Cruise. I'm
Yeah,
out.
she's out.
I don't even care. I'm out.
So Tom Hooper, who's the director, he directed The King's Speech. He won an Oscar for The
That's
King's
a great movie, by
Speech.
the way.
He won an Oscar for King's Speech.
That is a
He
great
directed
movie.
Les
I've
Mis. He also he did other stuff, but I really liked his John Adams HBO specials. The miniseries finales. Anyway, so it has Idris Elba.
I love him.
Yep.
It's got Taylor Swift,
Swizzle.
Rebel Wilson,
I
Yeah,
love her.
I love her.
Dame Judi Dench.
Love her.
Who's that?
Bless your heart.
I don't know names, so I could know her.
She's an English actress.
Okay, that
I-
narrowed it
She's
down.
on James Bond.
She's been
Lots of James
Was
Bond.
Lots
she,
of-
was
lots of
she
queens.
like the one of the lady interests?
No.
Or was it like
No.
a
No, it would
no?
be.
she was
It's
M.
the older
She's his
lady.
boss.
It's the older
Yeah.
lady. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
I
she's
know
M.
her. I know
M.
her. Okay.
She's M.
Yeah,
Thank
she's
you. Thank you.
Sir Ian McKellen.
Love him.
Nice.
I know him. Yes.
All right. Jennifer Hudson
See,
as Grisabella.
Okay.
What?
Yep.
she-
there are so
She's-
many people in it. I don't
she's
even
pitchy
care.
in the trailer though.
You're pitchy.
I like Jennifer Hudson. So.
I have.
And James Corden.
Oh, he's
James
hilarious.
Gordon-Levitt?
No, James Corden.
Corden.
Oh, Corden. Okay.
Corden.
I was like,
I'm
I
just
didn't
saying.
catch that.
And that's Joseph Gordon-Levitt, by the way.
Oh, good call.
Goosebumps,
Good
people.
call. Thank you.
Bumps of the goose on my body.
Cat bumps.
You can call them whatever you want to. I got them twice.
So
in the
I've
trailer.
seen the show. Have you seen the show?
Yes.
It's
So
not.
do you guys just not like the show
This
in
show
general?
is not.
It's not a good show.
It's
It
not
is
for
the show. What
everybody.
happens in
it's
it?
Not
I don't
for
even know the
It's just
storyline.
dumb. It's
Oh,
just
okay.
a dumb
Whoa.
show.
Whoa.
I mean, the plot is dumb. It's just dumb. There's
plot-
some. There's a
plot
couple.
is
Okay,
loose.
what is the plot? We all did air quotes, just in case.
We didn't. Then you can see them.
You use those air quotes so hard, I think everyone saw them.
Yeah, they're all commenting. We all felt the air quotes.
I'm trying to. It's hard because it's so loose. It's hard to.
About
You know what?
cats.
So
I'll figure it out.
so-
It's okay.
all these cats are in the city and they're trying to go to what is known as the Heaviside layer. like once a
Are
year.
those words that go together?
Yeah, once a year at the Jellicle Ball, which is like, so all these cats are Jellicle cats, so they're special cats, and they all have names. They have more than one name because you have the name that the human gives you. You got a name that the cat gives you. There's a name for the rat. There's all this Jellicle. There's a whole song about the damn Jellicle
I have
names.
multiple names, so okay.
I just want to say,
Which is a cultist I
Am
kind of
a cat?
respect, but
Am
I'm
I
just
a
saying.
cat right now, guys?
I just want to say that the person who wrote this,
T.S. Eliot.
right, was smoking some heavy duty opium at the time while drinking.
He's got his absinthe.
While drinking an absinthe. He was smoking the opium, drinking the absinthe, and he said, "Watch this, guys."
It's a weird. It's a dumb play. I'm sorry, Cats fans, whatever. It's a dumb play. Did you find a plot?
Well, I started there.
I started there. Oh gosh.
No, but can you give us a brief synopsis?
Well,
That's what's written.
No, this is trivia time, and I'll give you a
Trivia
weird
time.
flavored Kit Kat if you can answer this question.
There you go.
What year did it premiere?
The
81.
first one?
What flavor weird Kit Kat? Do you want to?
Yes.
Do you want weird adult human flavor,
Yes, I
or
want
do
it.
you want the frozen delicious?
He
Frozen
needs
delicious. he
horse
likes.
meat.
Yeah.
There you
so
go.
it was premiered in New London Theater on the West End, May 11th, 1981.
You do realize that he is our Native American
Pop culture spirit
No, I
guide.
know.
Pop culture spirit guide. He's got.
You never know. So I should have been more specific and said like month, day, and year.
I could have
Yeah,
do my
I'm
thing,
gonna
but
need all
I
the
could tell
dates.
you it was West End. I
how
could
many?
do that.
Okay, how many performances before it closed, and in what year did it close? The first time, because it's had like 9 lives. So
I know it was.
I love him. He can stay.
Hey, it's ironic that he's like coming out with all this kitty cat
I
trivia,
know.
isn't it?
How ironic. You feel the connection?
yeah.
Hold on.
I saw the light.
Perfect.
You saw the light.
All right, so you keep thinking about that.
Hold on. So
No, you keep, I'm going to look for the plot.
hold
while you do
on.
that.
Let's see. Can I use a calculator?
Can you use a calculator?
Yeah.
I might guess.
Can you?
If you're using
May
a
I use a
calculator,
calculator?
I want you within the tens.
I'm about to say.
I was going to let you be within the hundreds. Or if you're using a calculator,
You got to be
within
within
the tens.
10s.
Okay. Let me use a calculator.
3. There were 3 performances before they said this
All
is
right, so
stupid.
8 shows a
I'm just
week
kidding.
times 52.
One weekend. I tried it 3
That's
times and said
416 a year, give or take. And then I'll say it went 22 years.
This is intense.
So 9,152.
I had to scroll back up. Sorry, I was getting into the weird plot, and it mentioned Old Deuteronomy, and I got really confused.
Old
So
Deuteronomy?
you said 9,000 how many?
9,152.
No, it's actually a little less. It was 8,949.
Oh, that was so close.
look
That
at
was
that.
pretty darn close.
That's really good. And had I not made the stipulation about using a calculator, I would have given you another candy bar.
But that's okay.
But now
so
you
fat
can't
enough.
because
What year?
he has
What
kids,
year
so
were
he
you
has to
thinking?
stick to his word.
So 81. So I was thinking 2004,
Nope, 2000.
2000, and that's why I just overshot for a couple of years.
Oh, wait, hold on.
So
hold
you
on.
missed some
my
matanees,
phone,
probably.
My phone flipped. 2002. Sorry.
So
Sorry,
I'm,
2002.
so I missed it by a couple of years.
Yep.
So it went 20 years, and I thought 22.
Okay, so that was the New London Theater version.
Right.
The Broadway version was different.
Okay.
So Broadway was in 1982.
Right.
And ran till 2000 and had 7,485 performances.
Now it's back. It's just came back to
no,
a couple years
again,
back.
9 lives. That was only 2.
One of the weird things about the new version of Cats is that they when she was alive, God rest her soul, made Grumpy Cat the.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Grumpy
They made
Cat.
Grumpy Cat an honorary cat
Oh,
cool.
and
Okay.
cats, and so they made a whole thing about it.
Does somebody play Grumpy Cat?
No, they brought Grumpy Cat on and gave
Aw.
Grumpy Cat's owner a plaque.
That was probably the
Okay.
very best part of the performance.
So I have
Memory's really good, by the way. I like Memory. It's a
I
good
have
song.
I have a plot that fits on one screen of my phone. So there is at least a concise, short article about the performing arts. Oh, no, that's actually a note from Wikipedia. Just kidding.
Just kidding.
It said this short article about performing arts can be made longer. You can help. All right, so plot. Every year, a tribe of cats known as the Jellicle Cats meet at the Jellicle Ball. At the Jellicle Ball, Old Deuteronomy, the leader of the tribe, chooses one cat to ascend to the Heaviside layer to be reborn and return to a new life.
See, I didn't remember that part.
Grisabella, an elderly, younger in some productions, glamour cat who left the Jellicle tribe's junkyard home comes home to her tribe, but they shun her. Shun.
Yeah.
She's been
Because
shunned.
she's gone to another level and they're
sure.
not
No,
about
no,
it.
no, no,
No,
no.
I don't
She
know.
she didn't. No, she doesn't go. She left early to go do other things, and she comes
Oh,
back.
she's the prodigal son, the
Right,
prodigal cat.
right. She's right, and
Okay.
so she's failed, and she's come back.
Gotcha. Okay.
So
Well, the-
she's Simba.
Well, except Sim got kicked out. She leaves.
Right.
Well, I mean,
Right.
Simba got tricked out.
Well, but still, like she's leaving of her own accord.
Y'all are
and then
killing
coming
me.
back. All right. So while the other cats dance at the Jellicle Ball, Grisabella watches in the background. She performs a simple dance when the other cats leave and sings about how she wants to be accepted. Old Deuteronomy
memory.
sees this and sympathizes with her. In Act 2, Old Deuteronomy gets kidnapped by McCavity, a mystery cat.
Yep.
Hard air quotes there. Who is the only true antagonist in the musical? As soon
Sort of.
as he is successfully returned, it is time to choose who goes to the Heaviside Layer. Grisabella is chosen, and she is taken on a tire
Yep.
to fly into the Heaviside Layer.
She ascends via tire.
I
So
will be
this
directing
sounds-
this one
Okay.
day in my life.
So for those of you who don't want to sit through 2-3 hours of an acid trip, but you still want to know what happens to these cats, you can read Old Possum's Book of Practical Cats.
Which is actually better.
So it's wait, what?
The name of the book that this show is based on is called Old Possum's Book of Practical Cats
And it's-
by T.S. Eliot.
It's a collection of poems.
Okay, of practical cats. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, is that like another word for like domestic cats, or like is that?
Well, see, they're not domestic, but they are.
They're practical instead of impractical.
right. They're
Because riding on a tire to the heavy side is practical.
If the tire was going there anyway, I think that
So
just
what? So okay, I haven't seen the production of Cats, but what I imagine is this is a survivor.
Oh, it's
story.
illustrated on Amazon, guys. And right now it is 38% off. So
you know you're going to download that straight to your Kindle.
So I picture this entire story as a retelling by a cat that survived an accident with a car, and the one that gets taken to the heavy side was the one that got ran over.
right.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, and the dance is them trying to avoid traffic. So they're doing these.
It's
crazy
almost like a
dances.
Kitty Hunger Games.
Yes, yes.
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
so
Deuteronomy is
Cats.
a
I
book
guess we're
that
gonna go
gets
see that.
thrown out of them.
Top Gun Maverick came out.
look at Kitty.
I've never seen Top Gun.
You've never seen Top
I've
Gun.
never seen Top Gun. I made a post about it on Facebook, and people
So
lost their
How
mind.
do you know the year that the Cats came out at New England Theater and you have never seen Top Gun?
I've seen Top Gun, and I do
It's
have
just
to...
a little too homoerotic for me.
Oh, no. Top Gun is actually, the original is actually a good movie. I do not like Tom Cruise. He was good in this movie. He played his character well. But I was a fan during that time of Iceman because I was a huge
Val
Val
Kilmer.
Kilmer fan.
Val Kilmer.
Huge Val
Well,
Kilmer
it was
fan.
nice knowing you now that you've dissed one of the main sponsors, one of the main spokespeople for Scientology. It's nice to know.
We're
you.
not Scientologists.
We're
oh,
not.
she's already done it. We're still here.
Yeah,
Oh, I've
we're-
talked bad about
Yeah,
Tom
we're-
Cruise
we're
many
still-
times.
Oh, real quick, have we gotten any updates on the
There's
fight?
not been an update on the Tom Cruise Bieber yet.
By the way,
Have you heard
I'm
about
for
Tom
Tom
Cruise
Cruise
Bieber?
on the Tom Cruise
being
Bieber fight.
real?
Tom Cruise Bieber. Yeah, but we can talk about Tom Cruise
so
being
yes,
real
the
for a second.
Tom Cruise Bieber fight, the UFC
Yeah,
cage
right,
fight
Right.
thing.
right.
And I'm
yeah.
100% behind Tom Cruise on that. See, I'm not a complete hater.
See, I'm
You just don't like his
Bieber.
accent.
see, I'm
Yeah.
a believer.
You're a believer?
I'm a
He's the
believer.
only believer, unless you want to be on the believer bandwagon.
Bandwagon?
believer bandwagon.
A lot of bees there.
No, I mean I never liked his music or anything.
Me either, but I think
So
you could,
are you gonna be
I
a
think you
Tom
kick Tom
Cruise,
Cruise's
you know?
butt.
No.
Well, no. Okay, so
I definitely just bought that book,
no,
by the way.
in a fight, I might have to be on Bieber's side.
Right.
Like, have you?
Whoa, whoa.
But do you see Tom
whoa.
Cruise
Not-
train?
We got to flip this
I
table.
like this is
We
the
gotta
third
flip this
podcast we've
table.
discussed.
No, so not just became famous Bieber and not original Top Cruise. Top Cruise. Oh my
Okay,
goodness.
okay, slow it down, slow it down.
Tom Cruise from Top Gun, but like current Tom Cruise.
Like right now, Tom Cruise.
Yeah, and current Bieber.
But current Tom Cruise still works out and does
Okay.
most of his own stunts in
But
his
stunts
movies.
and fighting are different.
I just
How
don't
do you know
know
that scrappy little kid didn't have to fight his way up
I'm
the top of the
telling
YouTube
you,
chain?
he's gonna win because he's got them alien.
But we're talking about current.
like
He hasn't
alien
had to fight
magic.
that in a
He's
while.
got alien magic supporting him
You guys can't just
Bieber's
start on
got
magic
Jesus.
whenever you want to win an argument.
So nothing. He's got nothing supporting him at this point.
And Bieber's got Jesus.
Got
Also nothing.
He's got a big fat Bible he can throw at people.
That's true. Well, have you seen the book of Scientology? It's a huge book.
It's pretty big.
But do you throw that at people?
Yeah, you could.
Do you
they
throw the
could,
Bible?
But is it stereotypical that you would?
I don't.
I don't know.
'Cause I think that sounds more like something you
They
keep
usually
locked
hook you up
in a
to a machine.
Just
and
like the whole.
only certain people
whole
are allowed to
vault.
actually read that.
Okay.
Don't they just hook you up to a machine and see if you're
Download it into your
susceptible to the
robotic
aliens?
I mean, I don't.
So, the only thing I really want to say about Top Gun Maverick is that watching the trailer, I actually believe that Tom Cruise is actually flying that jet.
He might actually have.
I think he's. I mean,
Okay,
it looks
let me
so
rephrase.
good. I'm like, he's flying that jet, and
He was probably in a jet that was flying. Whether or not he had full control.
Oh, I
of
think
the
he did.
plane-
I think he was like totally flying that. But
No, I think it was more like the student driver one with the 2 steering wheels. I think there's somebody in the front who was like, if he jacks it up, like we've got a backup.
But he actually did the work to learn how to fly it.
I believe it.
would.
I believe it.
Here's my biggest problem with the movie
And
because
Scientology
because
paid
I
for it.
do have military knowledge because my ex-husband was military. I have sons that are in the military, and I also have common sense. You're not going to be in the military for 20-something years and not make rank. He's
if you don't
still a
want to.
captain. No, they'll kick you out. I know that for a fact because it happened to a friend of mine.
They like him.
You literally
He's Tom Cruise.
cannot stay in the military for 20-something years and keep your same rank. Period.
But he's a maverick.
I don't care. That is
John
just,
McCain.
He goes his own way.
in real life, they would have said, "I'm sorry, we're going to have to let you go now."
This is a movie.
Yeah, I know. So that whole thing bothers
Talking
me.
about a
Like,
movie
binge
made about
one, like-
magical cats riding a tire to
She's
the
like,
heavy side.
he wouldn't be in the military that long.
No, he would.
So essentially, what you're saying is at the end of that speech that guy is giving him in the
No,
trailer.
you know what? If the movie doesn't end with them letting him go,
That's it. That's
They
just
all
like
need to be mad.
like the whole thing is just flashbacks
better-
of his career,
he
and then
better-
it gets to them like you have to go now.
Okay, so-
he better
Credits.
put on a whole lot of rank by the end of that movie, or they're going to have to let him go.
Okay, so at the end of the movie, if he doesn't get rank or fired, we riot.
Yeah,
yes.
I just would really love for it to be just flashbacks of the things he's done but not gotten rank for, and then him going, "We're gonna have to just let you go," and then him awkwardly leave, and then the credits just come up. Like that would be
Or
magical.
they do a
like-
not a memento thing, but like that speech that's being given
Right.
is actually the like the whole movie is talking about him getting fired.
He would
Right.
also lose his wings.
Oh.
If you get in trouble enough in the military and you're a pilot, they will ground you. Period.
Unless you're rich.
Or they just fire him at the beginning, and then the whole
I have a
movie
whole
is him
list of
turning into like Fat
politicians that
Thor.
I could give you.
Like
that
you just watch him go
No, they were-
down.
But Maverick was not rich.
I would point to John McCain who crashed like 5 planes.
Oh, there you go. That's a lot of money.
And so-
It's
but-
just not a believable. Never mind.
Um,
That's ugly. I'm not going to say what I
So
was going to say.
we got a couple more things before we wrap this up. I definitely want to talk about your favorite trailer.
Oh, okay.
And do you remember what your favorite trailer
Yes,
was?
Picard.
Really?
Yes.
I want to save the Picard for last then.
Okay.
Movie trailer. Favorite movie trailer.
My favorite movie trailer
I
that
can't
came
remember
out.
all
That's
of the ones I-
From San Diego.
I'm trying to think which one's my favorite now because now I've seen so many of them.
Right. But there's one particular I think you'll.
One particular is my favorite. So he's had to. Let's see. I don't remember anything with Jason Momoa in it. You had to have another hottie because I'm very motivated by hotties.
I
No.
don't think hotties were in this one.
My favorite. Okay, hold on.
So why is Scotty picking your favorite?
I know
Because he knows me, and there's apparently one
Is
that
it
is
Top
I'm
Gun?
not-
No, we just talking
No,
about.
no.
It's not Top Gun. Oh,
Oh my god!
oh, which one is it? Oh, it's one that.
It's so stupid. It's the dumbest thing I've ever.
Okay, what is it?
Jane
You
Silent
know
Bob
it, it's
reboot.
stupid. It's
Yes!
stupid.
Oh my God, that is my favorite one
Oh,
from
Jane and
Comic
Silent
Con.
Bob. So I was wondering if okay. All right.
See, I was in Top Gun.
She is a
mode.
huge Kevin Smith fan.
So Kevin
He
Smith.
can be great. Those movies are stupid.
Let me tell you how I rank
That's
Kevin
what's-
Smith.
That's what's fun about it. They're dumb.
As an actress, I feel like if I could be in a Kevin Smith movie, I would have achieved everything I need to in the acting
Kevin,
community.
if you're listening,
serious.
your
I'm
next
saying,
film.
I don't need to be. I don't need to be in a. Who are any of those other famous?
That's how I feel about
want-
Cats.
Yeah,
If I could be in a
want
Cats
to be
movie.
in a Kevin Smith movie. I want a speaking
Kevin
role
Smith's
in a
Cats.
Kevin.
What'd you do in it?
Yes,
Kevin
I
Smith
would.
did
I
it.
would dress up in a cat suit. I'd be Rebel Wilson, the fat cat. That would be me.
They'd be like, so it's cats. I don't care. I'll be there.
I
don't care.
want to
Snookins.
be in, and ever since
Your
we started
counterpart, Tom Cruise.
podcasting, I've been saying, Kevin Smith, I love you. I want to be in one of your movies.
They filmed it in New Orleans. I don't know why she didn't go down there.
Because I unfortunately
Had a
have to
job.
an adult and work, and
Yeah,
I
she had
don't
a
have
job.
time
I
to.
got
They
you.
won't let me off to go be in it.
I got you. I totally get
I
you.
have to go achieve my dreams.
But
I wish.
pretty much everyone except everyone at this table is in the movie, though. There's a lot of people in this film. I mean,
So many people.
everybody who's actually been in a Kevin Smith film.
And his
is
daughter
back.
plays his best friend's daughter.
Yeah, Harley's in it as
Yeah. Jay's
Jay's daughter.
That's,
That's
great.
great.
So it looks funny. It looks funny, and the plot wise, he's like, "Have you seen Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back?" It's the same movie, and I'm like, I'm okay with
Yeah.
this.
I mean, because he's so like up front about it.
Right.
It's great.
You want
So-
to see my face while the trailer was going off?
I love it. I love the opening.
Hold on.
I love the opening where Jay's like doing the whole Silence of the Lamb thing again.
Oh my god! Stop! 'Cause now I'm smiling. Hold on. Give me a second.
It's
Too much tension.
Okay. Perfect.
That's great.
Perfect.
I
That
cannot
was
wait
so
to see
stupid.
this.
Is that how you
movie.
guys felt watching Cats?
Yes,
Yes.
that's exactly
Okay.
how.
No,
that,
no,
that
no.
was a look on my face watching Cats.
That's not true. I was just horrified. I was just like, oh.
No,
I was
see,
like-
that's emotion.
My
I
look
was
on
just
Cats,
nothing.
Okay, you guys,
That
this-
movie gave me nothing.
My look watching Cats was. I was like,
So
What?
there's it'll come here, but on the tour won't. He's going to be in Atlanta. And you can meet him. There's VIP packages. You can see the show and
when is this?
she's just
November?
nodding, like, stop talking. Tell me when it
November.
is.
Yeah, no.
November.
Let's look at
Are
it.
they on sale now?
Yeah, they're on sale now. We'll look at it.
I want it.
We'll see what we can do. You want it.
I want it.
All right, so we are predominantly a movie podcast, but I thought this was important to talk about because our second film we talked about was Star Trek: First Contact. San Diego Comic-Con released the trailer for Picard.
Okay, so this one is the one that I watched and was like, oh god, this, I'm just being like tortured all over again. I have things, and then it ends with the cube, and I was like, oh, I know that, and then it was over, and I was like, well, what happened? Again, I was like, but I don't understand why. These movies are the worst.
I love you so hard right
This
now.
podcast is the best.
I now want to do an all Star Trek podcast with Justina.
No, that would just be hell.
No, I'll quit before then.
I do want to show her the one with the whales, though.
Oh God, that's awful. That's a horrible movie.
Also, that just like I just want to show you the fourth and the eighth one, and that's it.
Nope.
You've seen the eighth one, we can see the fourth.
So we're gonna make me go back and see the fourth?
Right.
It's not even in order. Jeez.
That's what we do. So Picard looked, I thought, great, better than I was excited. I knew it was coming. I was excited to see it. I saw it. Got way more than I asked for.
Oh, it's gonna be so good.
Spoilers. 7 of 9. Data. They've announced.
Oh yeah, I saw
Jonathan-
him in a drawer.
Yeah, David's in
yeah.
a,
Jonathan Frank.
Yeah, I saw him.
I'll tell you why he's in a drawer. In the last movie, Nemesis, he blew up.
Okay, I thought that happened in the movie that I watched, and I missed something. So I'm really glad that happened later.
It's like, did he blow up?
I was like, why is he in pieces? Did what's her face do that?
And
The
so-
queen?
Hilarious,
Like, she was
no.
like, take off the flesh, and I will disassemble you. Like,
And that's technically, if I'm correct, that's technically not Data. That should be B4.
Yes, it should be. Because Data should be gone.
So Data's a robot, right?
right? With
And-
that fleshy patch.
Right. And so he has a brother, which is another robot named Lore.
Are
Yes.
they technically brothers?
It could be Lore because they disassembled Lore too.
They did disassemble Lore. It could
and-
totally
he
be
said
Lore.
Data, didn't he?
So in Nemesis, they find another one. Just kind of like in the
Another robot.
Yeah, another
Okay.
and they put him together. They find him like in pieces, like on a planet.
There was this doctor who was building them,
Frankenstein.
and they all look the same.
Yeah, they look like him. And
They
so,
all
So
look like him.
stormtroopers.
right, they're basically and so
Well, except they look like the doctor.
Stormtroopers meets Frankenstein.
so yeah, I'll go with
They're
that.
more like the kind of.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But still, never
You,
mind.
you had to go to her terms. You just accept
Yeah, I'm
those
just
terms.
like, yeah. Do you notice I just said yes?
just it
You're
is
gonna
4.
keep
and
explaining
you're like,
it, and I'm gonna keep giving you analogies to make me understand
Yeah, I'm
what's
gonna
happening.
acknowledge. Yes.
so
Okay,
Sure.
okay, cool.
so and
What's
this
he doing with those stormtroopers?
And-
You know,
and
stormtroopers
so-
are different people, right?
and so the new stormtrooper.
They're all cloned. from
Not
the
all
same
of
thing.
them.
Okay, I'm so sorry. That's a whole nother thing.
That's a whole
Go
nother
ahead,
shit.
Go ahead.
So there is this one, the one they found in this movie, was dumb because he's a earlier model, so he didn't have all like the
Oh,
The
he's
br-
like hillbilly robot.
right. He's a hillbilly robot.
She's just behind.
He's
the
got a
times.
small computer in his brain.
right? His brain's and so Data plugged his brain into B4's brain to kind of jumpstart it, and then went off and had an adventure and saved the crew, and then Data blew himself up, saving the crew.
Well, okay, so he sacrificed himself.
He's actually
Okay,
right,
okay.
right.
Yeah.
And so
But he downloaded himself into B4.
B4, and so
Okay. Before
right.
he exploded.
right. but-
Do.
Is that why he's called Before?
No, because he's before lore.
yeah, it's Dr. Sunan had stupid names.
Yeah. Before lore and data.
What are you gonna do before you explode? Before. That's it. That's
We're gonna
it.
call it.
Bring me a robot.
Me a robot. So I'm assuming the robot in the drawer is before with Data's brain, and Data's brain kind of comes through. That's the thought. That's what happens in the comic.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be canon, but I think Picard's going to take that away. I don't think that's going to be canon anymore.
Thank you for explaining that
Mm-hmm.
for something I'm going to be lost on for every episode. So if we want to continue this conversation, every episode I'm going to be like, okay, guys, what just happened?
I'm planning a Picard podcast, a
Yeah.
weekly review show. You're more than welcome
Can
to.
we
It'll be
nose
great.
goes joining it?
I'm doing it.
No,
I'm
I'm
in
out.
it.
Oh,
I'm out.
you're going to have to guess at least one of them.
Oh, okay.
It's going to be great.
Just the front. Just
You're
the,
just like the seventh one after you don't know the story.
But just so you know,
no. I want you to do the pilot and the season finale.
You know
There
what?
you go.
I will do that. I
There you
will do
go.
that.
And just go, and what do you think will happen? And then the scene goes, well,
Like,
let's
how do you
see.
think the show
Yeah,
will end?
right.
Yeah.
How do
this season.
Exactly.
Okay, I'll do
Oh,
that.
That'd be a fun game. I love fun games. But yeah, they've already announced that Will Riker's going to be in it,
Yeah.
and Deanna Troi, and I'm so excited about that. And
7 and 9 still looks good, by the way.
yeah, she does. Jay Ryan's looking really good in that.
Talking about like a time, a schedule.
She was the hottie
7 to
back
9.
in the
I
day.
was like, what, is
She-
that how long we're gonna take this podcast to? Like, let's do this.
She a Borg in another show.
Okay.
Well,
She never met Picard.
Part
She-
Borg.
No, she a Borg. They
Borg is the one that has the cube.
right.
Okay,
but
cool.
she doesn't look like them. She's beautiful. She only has a couple of implants.
They took a-
Oh, I saw her face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Jonathan D'Arco, who played Hugh, the Borg
Oh,
from iBorg,
yeah.
he's going to be in this one. And this
I
same part.
remember
1, 2.
Hugh.
Yeah, Hugh, and so Hugh's going to be in this.
I did not pay attention. I guess
He's
I
not in the
missed-
trailer.
Okay, there
He's
you
not
go.
in the trailer.
I didn't realize Hugh was going to be in this.
So
She's beaming so big right now.
she is really excited. So I
I
am too.
love
So I
Hugh.
think it's
So Hugh is a Borg that got cut off from the collective, and he started thinking for himself, and he became really
that's
good friends.
dangerous.
Right, but
Borg.
he became really good friends with Geordi, and him and the other Borg that got Geordi is the guy with the visor,
Thank you. I was like, who is
oh,
Jordy?
Geordie Cyclops.
Cyclops.
Thank you.
Yes, and we became friends with Cyclops, and so him and the other Borg that got cut off from the collective got put on this other planet, and they kind of learned to live amongst themselves, and Hugh
Okay.
became the leader.
So
of
it's
them.
pretty much like they lost signal. But as soon as that signal comes back, are they going to
so
have
that
to
yeah,
go
well,
back and respond to the
no,
queen?
because they have relearned how to be
Okay.
individuals.
Okay, cool.
So so that's happening. I'm excited for that. So we're gonna do a podcast for it. So yay!
That's going to be awesome. I'm excited.
We're also gonna do one for Watchmen.
We need to put Jamie on that podcast
Yeah, we'll get Jamie to come and get
every once in a while
Yeah,
because he will love it.
be fun. Be really fun. So you hinted about it the first of the podcast, but by now most people have forgotten. So next week's movie
Is
is a different movie.
Well, they're all
I don't even
different.
know what next week's movie
So
is.
here's the thing. I do, and I've never seen it.
So I
What
want
is it?
you to tell me what you think it's about.
Right. So Justina
Yeah.
is going to take the reins of next week's show.
The power.
So I won't. I'm.
So you're going to have a little
I-
paper?
Yep.
All right.
I already got the
right.
format and everything.
I'm going to be Justina.
Whoa, big shoes.
What's the movie?
Well, calm down. We're getting to it.
I'm excited.
Relax.
So
All right. So what's the movie for next week's show?
you can. It's your show.
Oh, you're looking at me. Oh, goodness. Whip it.
What is
Okay.
Whippet?
The-
Whippet, it's a derby movie.
Huh.
With it's Ellen.
Like roller derby?
Ellen Page.
Yeah,
in it.
okay. Thank
Ellen
you.
Page.
Oh,
is
look
in
at
it.
that. I know
Okay.
names.
Directed by Drew Barrymore.
I've never seen
yeah.
this either.
And she's in it as well.
Never seen it.
I've never seen it.
So it'll be interesting because apparently they do bank track.
Don't tell us. Don't
Oh.
can't tell next week.
Yeah.
I'm not used to this because I'm usually the one that like
It
tells
sounds-
all the information I
it
know
sounds
because I don't know as much.
Like a movie about the band Devo.
So
Whippet?
Okay,
Whippet
yeah.
good? I
No,
like
no,
it.
no, no, no. Crack that whip.
it.
Maybe.
So outside of it being Derby, we'll go around the table because I know the three of us have not seen. You've not seen either.
No,
Jerry.
I have not
Oh,
seen it.
no,
I
that-
didn't know
this
it
is
existed.
so exciting.
So
I can't think of any reason why.
I haven't seen
would've-
it in a long
Yeah,
time, but I
don't
have
know.
seen it.
When's
I own
hold
it.
on, when did it come out? Okay, no, okay, you don't know offhand. It's fine.
No, yeah, I
Was
don't.
it in
Oh,
the
come on.
theaters?
No.
Scotty, really?
Scotty, you know what? I'm gonna look it up. Real quick.
Well, was it in the theaters?
08 or 0809.
I will have all this information when we watch the movie next week.
Okay.
Yeah, she has a form on how to find things.
Yeah. Good deal. Can I find this on Netflix?
I will tell you the
Yeah, you should-
year,
Okay.
just because I'm not good at being Rain Man like he is. 2009.
I was close. 2008,
okay.
2009.
All right.
Looking
So
at-
it was right about the time I got married.
Like
All right.
10 years ago.
All right. So what do you think it's about?
Well, I think we just talked about it. didn't
No,
we?
no. Give me a plot.
Oh, a plot?
So you're new. This is what we do.
Okay.
If we have, so sorry. Let me, for people new at the home and for our new neophyte, for those who have not seen the movie, part of their responsibility on the cult meeting is to describe what they think that movie is going to be about.
All right. So Whip It, and we know one thing. It's about derby.
It's a derby movie.
Right.
Okay. And assuming
It
roller
could
derby,
be
not horse
like
derby.
it could be horse derby or roller derby.
We don't know.
Or
You
it could
don't
be
know.
like the derby with the Volkswagen cars.
There's so many derbies right now.
Herbie
Herbie Derby.
So which
My
one
next
do you
band
think
name
it's
is gonna
about?
be
That
Herbie
needs
Derby.
to be a movie where it's a bunch of Herbies doing a derby.
If it helps you at all, I do horse derby. So if that sways you, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Okay, so Whip It, directed by Drew Barrymore, and it's okay. So we're gonna go. It's roller derby, but it's about a teen who gets in trouble and needs some camaraderie and support. So she finds a derby team who becomes her family essentially and brings her in.
Oh no,
But then-
that was my story. Like we're talking about the movie. I'm just kidding.
but at some point there's some
You are not a
contention.
teen.
Listen,
He's all serious. He doesn't even try to be funny, man.
There's some contention,
there's some contention.
right?
It's like he's writing it. All right, so there's some contingent in Act 2.
And then, we're coming up with a plot. Maybe she gets she because I don't know if they're the main character. We're just gonna go she because I think of girls when I think of roller derby.
Okay.
Are there guy derbies? Okay, I've
Yeah, I
never
assume
seen
there
one.
are, but
I
my
mean,
head-
I've seen refs. I've seen male refs. I've never seen male
we'll say
players.
broken arm happens.
okay.
So then she can't be a part of the team, and they stop talking to her.
Oh gosh,
Because she can't be an active part of the team. So
that
then
is so sad.
The
what's happening
derby
right
life
now.
is tough.
So what is the character
joins
arc?
a rival team.
Oh,
He's going to
And then
be
makes a
explaining
comeback.
until next week.
and then makes a comeback.
Yeah, and then makes a comeback.
How? How does she make a
That was
comeback?
my
I want you
fault
to keep
because I
going.
said plot. I should said synopsis.
You've got to be more
I
specific.
should be more.
In
You killed
three
that, Jared.
sentences.
We've learned a lot
should
from our
say-
neophyte.
Yes, we now have to say.
Whoa.
We now have to say in 3 sentences. Tell us what you think this means.
That was great, Jared.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
That
how to
was
do that.
pretty good.
That was awesome.
What do you think it was?
I mean, it's obviously a roller derby. I know a
Obviously.
whip is like a term. It's a move, and that's where they
Why
kind
aren't
of
you
link
coming to
around.
practices? I don't understand.
Because she
I
doesn't
know
like
a lot
bruises.
about the game. I do. Why? Because I don't get off work until 6.
We don't practice till 7.
And she
Okay,
doesn't want-
next.
Okay.
Keep going.
She doesn't want
Anyway.
bruises.
So anyway,
She's pretty. She don't want her.
they
hurt.
named it.
Okay.
They named it after a derby move, which is a really cool move, by the way. But I have to say it's probably very similar to what he just said.
can't ride his
I was gonna try to come up with something kind of cute and funny, but it really is probably about like this. Kind of like the Bad News Bears derby team that suck and then they become good, and then there's some fighting amongst some derby people and one team against the other, and then there's going to be some inter-team fighting because it's all women and they're going to fight amongst each other. That happens, and they're going to end up having to kick somebody off, and then they're going to win, and it's going to be great.
What happened to 3 sentences? That was.
I was gonna bring that up, and then
Was
let her
mine
go.
not faster than yours though?
Oh no, we didn't say time limit. We said
Okay.
They were
like,
they were
sentences.
3 run-on sentences.
They were pretty much run-on sentences.
All right, so if we're gonna do
Yeah,
3
she
sentences.
didn't breathe. She just kept going.
Okay.
Okay.
3 sentences. No. I'm gonna go back and try mine.
No. We got yours.
No.
We got
You can do it next time.
next movie. You
Next
got
movie.
next
We're
movie.
done.
Next movie.
I'm writing a 3-sentence synopsis and sending it to you.
For the times that he was quiet during this podcast, he's trying to make it up now.
I am.
I think it's about a young lady who is a welder by day.
Welder?
That's Flashdance.
Okay.
Damn it!
No, you can't do that because
I'm sorry.
he did that.
He knows what he was doing.
No. No,
exactly
check
what
it.
he was
No.
doing.
No, let me explain how well I knew. I have been plotting this for a week,
Okay, so
and she ruined it. In a
Listen,
second.
I'm sorry.
Listen, I have not seen that, so please keep going.
No, it's
You're
ruined.
welcome,
It's ruined.
Scotty,
It's
you're
ruined.
welcome.
It's ruined. It's ruined.
well done, Steph.
Have you missed me?
I did. I'm sitting here going all
He did
week.
that too.
I
We
have
were
been-
talking about
I have been
Harry
excited
Potter.
all week going, I can't wait to the synopsis because I'm going to totally do Flashdance.
I'm
Because
sorry.
I know she's never seen it and she'll believe me. She goes, that's really well done. Because every time we do this game and I do that.
You know you have to tell me in advance so I don't say anything.
She just called you on your shit right away.
Right, she did.
She went, Flashdance, next.
Welder by day, Flashdance.
Wait.
Next.
Aren't you my friend? You should never call me out on my shit.
I don't mean. Okay, I'm sorry.
Bad friend.
I'm sorry.
On that note, next
I'm
week.
sober. I can't help it.
That's true. That's it. Next week, our movie is Whip It. We're going to enjoy that.
I'm
That should be.
excited.
I'm
We're
excited
gonna
to see.
enjoy some whippets.
We're going to totally.
I like to be
We're gonna.
whipped.
We're gonna have.
Fantastic.
All right.
That's Scotty's.
That's the twist.
This is Scotty saying this is our contribution to the multiverse. Go out and make yours. I'm done. I'm out. Whip it good.
Thank you for listening to the Mopcast Network.